run, two, come, let's go. I said, 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 run, two, come, let's go.
Hey, we got a treat today. We got a treat today. Everybody, in our presence right now is the author of The Pimp's Rap. Right now, right in front of us, is the author of Church Pimps. He's also authored other books. I don't know if he wants me to mention or not, but I won't. But this is the writer, director, and creator of the movie GrandPa. How you doing today? This is OG GrandPa in the house, aka Robert Jones, aka Sweet Jones, baby, with the pink Cadillac. What's going on, man?
Boy, you taking me back. Hey, before we get into this video, I got to say this. You know, because, man, you go way back. We go way back.
Right.
And I got to say, man, that I respect you a lot. I respect you a lot. I mean, you know, we go way back. I remember when you went out in LA, you was doing your thing. Now you done changed your whole life.
Right.
You understand? You helping people get jobs. And you had sense enough to meet you a queen, to find you a queen. You got a wife and a family. I mean, helping people get jobs during this corona and all this time, that's powerful. I had to throw that out there, man. And I don't care what go down, I'm adopting you. Your last name is Jones. I'm adopting you, okay?
I take it. It's all good. I definitely take it.
All right.
Because, I mean, to be honest with you, you know, before I even knew who you was, I was kind of watching you from afar from when you owned that restaurant. I don't know if you want me to put the name out there or not.
No, let's go to Barbecue Hut. Yeah, I talk about the Barbecue Hut all the time.
Yeah, when you had the Barbecue Hut, we used to come in there as little tykes, get them $1 bag of French fries,
that's
get
right,
that
that's
steak
right.
sandwich. Woo!
They were 65 cents. They were 65 cents. Can you believe that?
For a big bag of fries, man. I'm thinking that was a whole meal. That's how we ate in the hood. That's how we ate.
That's right. That's right.
So even from back then, seeing the moves you was making to, you know, other things you was doing, it was definitely inspiring. But I was such a young tyke, you know, I didn't get a chance to pull your coattails till I came of age, till you actually listened to me.
Oh yeah. You was the man, Jack.
Yeah, but you know, coming out of I just want to ask you real quick, coming from the environment we came from, downtown Cincinnati, Lincoln Courts, over the Rhine, the West End, the canyons, whatever you would call it, it was rough. Coming from that experience to where you are now, what would you say was your motivation, your personal motivation?
I always wanted to be something, you know, like an entrepreneur, a writer. I've always was in love with the arts, man. You know, even though I might have been doing this and doing that, my first passion was always to be a writer. It was always to be a writer. But I kind of got sidetracked, I'll be honest, when I was young, because I started chasing dollars and I wanted to be an entrepreneur. All that falls really under the arts, you know, fashion, creativity, opening up your own business, doing your own thing. That was something that always attracted me. And I always looked up to older guys that was doing that, you know, that had their own businesses, and that these young people, they don't look up to nobody because you can't tell them that. You understand? But I always, that's how I learned. You know what I mean? So that has always been my goals and motivation, is to strive and become the best that you can become. You know what I mean? So that was something that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to own my own business. Always. You know.
So let me ask you, what do you say is important about owning your own business versus working for somebody? Your personal opinion from being an entrepreneur.
I really believe that that's the last frontier for Black folks. And we don't get it. You know, we don't get that. And it's a sad, it's really sad, man, because we put emphasis on everything but owning our own. And we should really be thinking about owning our own. I mean, it's ludicrous not to think about having something of your own. I make people mad because I don't blame Whitey. He's not gonna help you. You understand? We gotta help one another. We gotta support one another. You know, well, you know, he won't give me no job. He won't do this. He ain't supposed to give you no job. Is he your daddy?
Thank you.
We supposed to support and help one another. So by having your own, you create your own destiny. You understand? So that's something that I've always wanted. One reason, my father was self-employed by any means necessary. But
so you had a model.
So I had a role model. I had a role model. I had a great role model, my father. And
that makes a big difference.
Big difference. And I say this all the time, and I say it in the movie. Don't get me wrong, education is good. You know what I mean? I respect education, but education only benefits the individual. Okay, this is deep. A lot of people not gonna get what I'm saying, but business benefits generations and generations and generations and generations. That's why other people are empowered and we still knocking on the door asking for a job. You understand?
So what you saying is all it takes, in a sense, in the realm of which we speak in, is for one person to decide, you know what, in the family, I'm gonna go ahead and start something so we all won't have to work. And that could change your whole family history.
That could change your whole family history, man.
Talking about breaking generational curses.
Now, like I say, when you do the same thing over and over, you know, that's a sign of insanity. You know, you're sitting up here talking about education. I think you have to watch what other people give you. You have to watch what other people always tell you that's what you need. Sometimes you got to kind of find your own path. And that path to freedom is business. That path to freedom is owning your own. I mean, all you got to do is look around, whether you like Oprah Winfrey or not. I mean, look at the power that she got. Look at the Black entrepreneurs that are in power. You know, you can't help nobody if you don't own nothing. You can have the best job in the world. You still are subjected to whatever they want you to do. You understand? When they get tired of you, or this type of job has phased out, that's it. But being an entrepreneur, you have your own destiny. And I ain't never liked bosses.
And you know what? I gotta totally agree, because like I respect authority, because sometimes you gotta get under somebody to learn what they know to use it for yourself. And one thing that I hate, you know, when I was in the quote unquote workforce before I, you know, got my own thing, it was they telling you how to dress, they telling you when you can eat, they literally telling your family what they can eat, because basically what they decide to pay you is you're gonna decide what you feed your family. So this job literally has control of your life. Now I'm not downgrading having a job, but it's what you said. Learn business and springboard into something independent, because it could be a person manage a restaurant for 20 years when they could have had their own and been rich.
And I mean, when you really think about it, we are the minority in this country, and we always broke, busted, and disgusted because we always looking for a job. We always talking about, you know, the white man won't give me no job. The white man won't help me. You know, I hate that, man. I get tired of hearing that. Be a man and stand up on your own feet. I don't care if you're standing out there selling pencils. You understand? Be independent and stand on your own. That's what it's about.
I gotta agree with that.
Yeah, man.
And I'm gonna be honest. Back in the day in the street or whatnot, when I was a young type, man, I would see guys, bro. I would see guys riding around with 400,000 in a trunk, riding around with 200,000 in the back seat, pocket 8,000 in each pocket. You know, Mark Cuban started his first business with $8,000, and now he multi-millionaire, billionaire, MBA'd up from $8,000. He didn't go buy no Cadillac and some rims. I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
He ain't buy no Cadillacs, no rims, no gold chains, and no gold teeth. He invested it, flipped it, and now he on the NBA team.
Well, Hugh Hefner, who started Playboy magazine, started his magazine with $8,000.
You see what I'm saying?
He started his magazine with $8,000. You know what I mean? But when it comes to business, man, it's like boring to black people. Black people don't want to hear nothing about no business. They want to hear
the money.
Football, baseball, basketball. They want to hear about a party, a dance. They don't want to hear nothing about no business. That's why I call it the last frontier. Once we accomplish that, that's when we will be financially independent. That's when we'll be free. You know, but as long as you begging and asking that man for a job, you're still a slave. He just took the chains off your ankles and put them on your brain.
I must agree 100%. We just got to change our concept. It's a long process of how to wake up, but you know, that being said, y'all wake up, get some education, and just don't get a job. Don't be scared to start your own. Most of the time it's fear. So
that's what it is.
So, that being said, getting a little bit into the movie, how long did it take you to actually write the script?
You know, I've been asked that question before. It was like in the back of my head, but I worked on the movie for about 2 years. And I was writing the script actually as I was filming it. You know, the script was in my head.
Oh,
you know, I had like a fake script, you know, but it really wasn't
rough
a real
draft.
script. Yeah,
Rough
I just
draft.
had a rough draft. And when you're doing it like that, I know it sounds crazy to a lot of people that never experienced that. It's more real because you're experiencing it. And if you're an independent filmmaker, you might have this written down, but then when you start filming and doing stuff, you might find out, look here, I can't do this. I can't do it that way. I got to do this. So the script was constantly changing. It was constantly changing. You also asked me before the video started why I made GrandPa a gangster. Remember?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, not only a gangster, a cold-hearted gangster.
Yeah. I remember you asked me that right before we started the video.
Yeah.
And I wanted to kind of dwell on that in an indirect way because I wanted to get to the, you know, I really wanted that question got me going, and I really wanted to kind of deal with that. I wanted to deal with the difference between old school and new school. I want you to look at it from that perspective because there's a big difference. There's a big difference, you know, and this right here is deep. Like I say, you know, you'll get it, but a lot of people won't get this. Cards has rules. When you playing cards, you have rules to playing cards. You know, you have rules to shooting dice. You have rules to bingo. If you don't have no rules, you don't have no game.
True that.
That's what's wrong with these young boys. They don't have no game. When GrandPa, the movie, first starts off, that first scene, all the young boys is standing in front of this old man's house, shooting dice and gambling and acting a fool. Disrespect. No game. You understand? When I was coming up, we done our dirt in the pool room.
Right.
Okay. We ain't no way we was gonna stand in front of somebody's house and disrespect their livelihood by shooting dice and cussing and smoking weed and acting a fool. You know, we wasn't gonna do that.
I agree.
You understand? So I wanted to establish that in the movie. He's a cold-hearted gangster because I attacked that subject about sagging. You know, I attacked that subject about sagging, and no other movie in cinema history has ever attacked that issue. You know, and I think that was very important to attack. Now, a lot of people think it's comical.
Let me ask you something real quick. When we talk about sagging, some people like it, some people hate it. I personally despise it because I ain't even gonna say what, I just don't like it. But how do you think the public, once the movie is out, will react to how GrandPa literally, he said, hates the young boys that sag? How do you think they're gonna react to that?
I think I'm gonna answer that question just like the way you answered it, because that's the reality of the answer. Some people are going to get it, and some people are not going to get it. Now, when I first did the movie, I kept thinking, how am I going to be able to pull this movie off? And the only way I was going to be able to pull it off is not to act, but to be me. See, when you see GrandPa, that's the trick in the movie. And I tell people that, but they don't get it. They start laughing. I'm not acting. I'm not acting in that movie. I'm not an actor. I'm playing myself. So every line in that movie, that's how I feel. That's how I think. You understand? So I have no compassion for young boys that sag because you don't have no manhood. And when you disrespect manhood, that could cost you your life.
True that.
You understand? You know, so I don't like it. It affects every aspect of Black life. We always talk about police brutality and police profiling. If you're walking them down the street with your pants sagging and the police mistake you for somebody else and they blow your brains out, you brought that on yourself.
Right.
Whether you want to accept it or not. You understand? So there's a lot of people that don't like it, but they're not going to walk up to the plate and say nothing about it. A lot of people think it's comical. A lot of people think it's funny. You understand?
Is it cooning? Is it cooning to be showing the crack of your butt as a man? Is that cooning? I'm just asking.
Man, I think it's fagging.
He said it. He said that. I didn't say it. He said it.
That's what I think it is. You got to have a little fag in you to look like that. Now, I know a guy, I ain't going to call his name because I respect his family. He looks like King Kong. He weighs about 320 pounds. And what he used to do is rape them young boys. He raped so many young boys when he was in the penitentiary that he died of HIV. I mean, he would tear their behind up, man. You understand?
Now, would he catch them coming in, or he'll reel them in, or he'll
when
pressure
they
them?
come in there and they sagging and they disrespected him, that's what he do. You understand? There was another guy that belonged to Solid Rock. He was up there with Bugs Norman and them back in the day. They controlled Dayton. He was rolling. He got knocked. And while he was in the penitentiary, this is my right-handed guy, he raped so many of them young boys, he wrote a book about it. You don't have no manhood when you look like that. And there's no excuse for it, whether some people don't like it or some people don't. And I'm going to be honest with you. The people that don't like it, I don't give a fuck.
Hey, that's my motto.
I don't give a fuck.
I just don't give a fuck.
Because what you do is you support that. Because you think it's funny. You think it's comical. You think it's silly. You understand? But it's very, very serious, man.
Check this out. Let me say so. Let me tell you how serious this is. You know, I teach at schools and I talk to kids, grown-ups, addicts, people that need help, just in general. So I did a survey of the young girls, middle age, you know, like 35, and girls in their 20s. And I asked them, do you like sagging? And 99.9% of them said no. I say, well, y'all can change that. I say, if y'all don't get no dudes no play for sagging, no positive reinforcement for doing it, that'll stop.
Yeah.
They really control the narrative when it comes to sagging. Let me ask you this though. You said it took about 2 years to write the movie. You had like a pre-movie in your head, like a rough draft, but you was writing it as you go. What were some of your influences? Like, what are some of your favorite movies that kind of nudged you in the direction that you wanted to go with your movie?
I have to admit, and it's sad when it comes to us because we don't embrace or take pride in our history. We look
I
at
agree with
something
that.
that's been around a long time. That's old, I saw that about 10 years ago. We don't never take pride in our history. First of all, I love classic movies. I love classic movies. I loved Raisin in the Sun. Not that new crap, but the one with Sidney Poitier. Okay. Right. I love Five Heartbeats. Okay.
Classic.
Coolie High. Classic. And I love a movie that a lot of young people probably ain't never watched called Cabin in the Sky, 1943. All the gospel plays have stolen from Cabin in the Sky. That movie is so powerful right now. If you go on Prime Video and you put in Cabin in the Sky, it's still playing, and you ain't gonna be able to stream it. You're gonna have to pay for it because it's a classic. So those type of movies inspired me that when I do a movie, I want to do a classic.
Now, on that same note, what not only makes a classic movie classic is the script, the actors, the locations, but the soundtrack or the score as you watching the movie is very, very important because that's carrying the mood of the story. How did you actually put together the music for your soundtrack? And to you, why is that important?
Well, I came up in the 60s and 70s, Superfly, the Mac, Shaft, and even the chick flick, Claudine, they all had soundtracks. You know what I'm saying? They all had that soundtrack. And to me, that soundtrack was vital. That soundtrack was important. The manager of the Kenwood Theater, she kept talking about, Robert, that soundtrack was off the chain. I had to have a soundtrack. You know what I mean? It's just magic. Listening to that music and flowing with different scenes and stuff, I had to have that. And so I accomplished it. I worked on it, I believed in it, and I made it happen. It was hard to do, but I made it happen, man. I love movies that's got a soundtrack. I love it. I want to say this too.
Go ahead.
Some of my favorite gangster movies is Hoolum. I want to talk about that because a lot of Black people, like I say, they don't watch classic movies. That's old. And a lot of people that have watched Hoolum, they don't know that that's a historical movie. That's based on a true story. That's about Bumpy Johnson, the legendary Bumpy Johnson. And it's a powerful film. Lucky Luciano, the Italians in there, how he stood up against the Italians, how the Blacks stood up against the Italians in Harlem. And the character that Cicely Tyson plays, Queen, she really existed. So when you watch that movie, that's not a fictitious movie. That's a real historical movie about Black gangsters. But a lot of people watch that movie, don't even know. They have no clue that that's based on a true story. I just wanted, when we was talking about movies, I want to throw that out there. And I also was crazy about Once Upon a Time in America, Robert De Niro. That's a cold-blooded movie, man. That's gangster too. So I like classics. Y'all watch new movies because I try to stay on top of what's going on. But
they don't have that same flair. They don't have that same flair.
Well, like
for me, I'm only gonna name one classic. I'm not gonna go into all the movie genres or whatever. One movie, the movie that changed the way that I look at and judge any other movie was the movie Heat.
That was a bad movie.
Right. Yeah, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino.
Yeah, I liked that.
The script was great.
Right.
The locations were great. The action carried you. But guess what? That ain't what got me. You know what got me? The dialogue.
Yeah.
When he told that boy, when he told him, if I'm coming around that corner in so many words, If I'm doing my thing, we right here eating together. But if I come around the corner and you there with something in your hand and I'm supposed to arrest you, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Then De Niro let him know, okay, if I'm coming around that corner, you come and arrest me, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make what I need to make happen. Powerful.
It was.
Powerful.
It was, man. I like
Two gods, two dons, Clash of the Titans for real. In real life on the movie screen. And another thing, this is the last thing and we can move on, but the thing, and this is a whole nother subject, and me and you could get on this another time. Me and you love jewelry. We love jewels.
Right.
They educated these people, I'm gonna just say a little bit, that it's better, it's other metals out here besides gold and silver. You got copper, you got palladium, you got all these other metals that have value.
Mm-hmm.
While you looking to hit the lick on the gold that they got locked under ironclad, I'm gonna go on and hit this lick on this palladium.
They did though. They did.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
Did.
And they, last thing, they stuck to the script. When they heard that bump, they dropped everything. They did not second guess their instincts. Man, that movie is heavy.
Yeah.
That movie is heavy.
Yeah, you like that, yeah. I can tell you liked it there.
Ooh, I might go watch it today. Look, what else outside the movie? I named the books. You could elaborate on the books. What else are you doing out here? What else are you doing?
Well, right now I'm steady. When you think about what I have done and what I'm doing right now, I've always wanted to be a writer, and I wrote the Church Pimps. I wrote the Pimps Rap. Have my own business, and right now I'm working like hell with GrandPa the movie. You know, I'm promoting it, and I got to throw this out there. September the 12th.
Mark your calendars.
Is going down on my website, grandpalive.com. grandpalive.com. That's my website.
Let's say it slow for the people whose brains need to catch up. Can you spell grandpa?
grandpalive.com.
Okay.
GrandPalive.com. September the 12th is going down.
There it is. Now, last but not least, I just want to wrap this up because I know you busy. I don't want to hold you too long.
Right.
Last but not least, you had the restaurant, you hit the books, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else could you do, and what do you want your legacy to be? Like, you know, when you long gone at 105. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? When you become my age, you look at life different because you know you really don't have that long. It's just a matter of time before somebody up there puts your lights out and you got to lay it down. But my legacy, what I would want my legacy to be is my art. You know, I would want my art, you know, to carry on. And I know there'll be somebody reading my books. You know, there'll be somebody that'll be watching the movie GrandPa.
Right.
And that right there, that's it. You know, I can't ask no more for that.
Right.
That's my legacy, is for my art to carry on, you know.
Right. And to be honest with you, that's my motivation. Like I be on Facebook, or I might like throw a post or create something, or, you know, put videos out. Mm-hmm. This is what I try to explain to people. And they got to catch up. A lot of people do stuff for likes, they do things for views. I'm doing things to help people that I don't even know, that I would never meet. Mm-hmm. And when I'm long gone, guess what? Clients can show their grandkids, look at your great-great-granddaddy. He could do this, he could do that, he did this. And I got videos of them where I'm going to be talking directly to them before they even born.
That's what
y'all really trying to get likes. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about. It ain't about, when I write something, and a lot of people, I talked about this in a previous video about, a lady asked me, she said, do you try to be controversy? I said, I have never tried to be controversy. I always write what I feel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I really believe that that's more important than likes. You understand? Because at the end of the day, you know, you got to be you. You know what I mean? You got to be you. That's the most important person to be and to evolve into, is being you. I ain't worried about if don't nobody like that, or don't nobody like me, or don't nobody care about how I dress or what I act. That's insecurities. You understand? You know, if you're strong and confident and you believe in who you are, you have to represent and be you. You understand? So I already know people gonna love Grandpa, and some people are not. That's called life. They didn't like Jesus Christ. So you know some of them ain't gonna like me, you know, and you always gonna have the player haters.
I mean, and you know what though? That's when you know you're doing good. I just throw a post out there or say something or do a video. They won't comment on Facebook or the video. They'll call my phone or text me. I really needed that. I really appreciate it. That's cool to do that.
But comment.
At the same time,
comment.
Reinforce, but let two dudes be on there fighting with some tidy whitey draws on in Kool-Aid. They gonna give it 1 million likes. I'm like, it's mindless nonsense, but it is what it is. Likes is like cocaine, bruh. You're never gonna fulfill that high. You're gonna be chasing that veil, that ring.
Let me say this, and then I'm gonna wrap it on up.
All right.
This right here is real important. I did a video, and I think you saw it. It's called "Is This the End?"
Mm-hmm.
Powerful video. You saw that video? It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's about the coronavirus.
Right.
Now, a lot of people haven't watched that video. I put a lot of money in that video. That video is powerful because it's intellectual. You got a lot of people right now that's walking around in denial. They don't want to believe that this coronavirus is real. I mean, that's why I had to compliment you from the beginning. You had sense enough to find you somebody. These fools out there having multiple sexual partners, they in denial, man. That lifestyle is over. It's gone. Never to come back.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So with that note, you know, I'm going to wrap it on up because I do have some business I got to take care of. Right. And what I want to do before I leave, I want to drop this trailer.
Okay.
I want to drop this trailer.
Drop the trailer?
Check out this trailer. Just a little tease, but I want y'all to check it out.
All right.
And it's been a pleasure talking to you, man.
Hey, till we meet up, link up, you know how we do. It can't be, we can't have nothing else on the schedule. Because you know me and you will go for hours and hours.
We'll be talking for now, man. You know, I done adopted you. You my son.
Hey, I take that. I take that. I take that.
All right, man.
Hey, I appreciate the love, man. Tell the wife, the kids, the grandkids, you know, tell everybody I said, hey, I definitely just want to let you know I do not take you for granted.
All right.
You OG Grandpa, but you was an OG way back in the day that helped me see the light silently. You didn't even know. But I just appreciate you for having the courage to bring forth your thoughts and your inner voice to the world and allow people to enter your world in the realm that you thinking on your perspective of how you seeing what's going on right now.
That's right. You know. So
that being said, I appreciate you, man.
Okay. Thanks, man. It's been a pleasure, man. I'm out of here.
Take care. All right, holla. Yep. All right, peace.
Peace.
Most people don't know. When the Indians pray to the sun, they call the sun Grandpa. There are a lot of movies, but Grandpa isn't just a movie. It's a classic.
Didn't I tell you you can't come in my house looking like that? Okay. All right. Look here, Sean. I want you to listen to me. I want you to go upstairs. I want you to do your homework. And I don't want you coming down here for nothing.
Come, let's go. I said a run, two. Come, let's go. I said a run, two. Come, let's go. I said a run, two. Come, let's go. I said.
I never thought I'd live to be called Grandpa, 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 Grandpa.